Hey everyone, today we're diving into 10 perfect story games. Masterpieces with unforgettable characters, emotional journeys, and worlds you'll never forget. Some games go beyond just entertainment. They tell stories so powerful and unforgettable that they feel like once-in-a-lifetime experiences. These are the rare titles where characters feel real, worlds feel alive, and choices leave a lasting impact. They're not just games you play, they're journeys you live. Today, we're diving into 10 perfect story-driven masterpieces, the kind of 10 out of 10 adventures that will stay with you long after the credits roll. Disco Elysium is unlike any other story game, blending detective mystery with raw, philosophical storytelling that pushes the boundaries of what an RPG can be. You play as a washed-up detective waking up with no memory, forced to solve a brutal murder while piecing together the fragments of your broken identity. What makes the game extraordinary is the freedom it gives you. Every choice, every dialogue option, shapes not only the case but the kind of person your character becomes. Your inner thoughts speak to you as voices, arguing, mocking, or guiding you, making every decision feel personal and layered. The city of Revachol is bleak, full of political tension, desperation, and lost dreams, yet every encounter is written with striking humanity. By the end, Disco Elysium doesn't just tell a story, it makes you live inside it, questioning morality, purpose, and who you truly are. Cyberpunk 2077 is a bold, sprawling narrative that throws you into the neon-lit chaos of Night City, a place where ambition and desperation collide at every corner. You step into the role of V, a mercenary caught in a fight for survival after a job gone wrong leaves their mind bound to the digital ghost of Johnny Silverhand, a rebellious rocker with his own agenda. What makes the story unforgettable is the way it explores identity, mortality, and the price of chasing dreams in a world ruled by corporations and corruption. Every choice you make shapes not only V's journey, but also the relationships you build with unforgettable characters like Panam, Judy, and Jackie. The city itself feels alive, buzzing with danger, beauty, and temptation, pulling you deeper into its web. By the time the story reaches its ending, Cyberpunk 2077 delivers a mix of heartbreak, rebellion, and hope that cements it as one of the most ambitious narrative experiences in modern gaming. Firewatch is a smaller, quieter game compared to epic adventures, but its story is every bit as powerful and memorable. You play as Henry, a man who takes a job as a fire lookout in the Wyoming wilderness, hoping for solitude and a fresh start. His only connection to the outside world is his supervisor, Delilah, who speaks to him over a walkie-talkie. What begins as casual banter slowly unfolds into something deeper, as the two share their fears, regrets, and fragile hopes against the backdrop of stunning forests and lonely mountain trails. The beauty of Firewatch lies in its simplicity. There are no massive battles or flashy set pieces, just a deeply human story about connection, trust, and the weight of the choices we carry. By the time the mystery reaches its conclusion, you realize the game isn't about finding answers, but about understanding yourself. Ghost of Tsushima is a breathtaking journey that blends samurai legend with emotional storytelling in a way few games ever have. Set during the Mongol invasion of Japan, you follow Jin Sakai, a noble samurai forced to question his code in order to protect his homeland. The story captures the tension between honor and survival, showing Jin's transformation as he struggles with becoming the Ghost, a figure willing to break tradition to save his people. What makes the narrative so powerful is the balance between sweeping cinematic battles and the quiet, personal moments of loss, loyalty, and sacrifice. The island of Tsushima itself feels alive, with every golden forest, windy field, and war-torn village adding weight to Jin's journey. By the end, Ghost of Tsushima leaves you with a tale that's as much about identity and duty as it is about heroism, making it one of the most unforgettable story-driven games ever made. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is the kind of game that defines what a perfect story experience should feel like. Its world is massive, yet every corner feels alive, filled with characters who carry their own struggles, secrets, and dreams. At the heart of it all is Geralt's search for Ciri, a journey that pulls you into political intrigue, ancient prophecies, and battles against creatures straight out of dark folklore. But what makes this game truly unforgettable are the choices. Those difficult decisions that force you to question what's right and wrong, often with no clear answer. The side quests aren't just filler. They're some of the most emotional, heartbreaking, and memorable moments in gaming. With its mix of stunning landscapes, rich storytelling, and moral depth, The Witcher 3 isn't just an RPG. It's one of the greatest narrative adventures ever created. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End is the perfect example of how to close out a beloved story with heart, scale, and unforgettable moments. Nathan Drake's final adventure takes him from quiet retirement back into a world of lost treasures, dangerous enemies, and impossible odds. But this time, the stakes feel more personal than ever. It's not just about chasing legends. It's about family, sacrifice, and the cost of holding on to a dream for too long. The cinematic storytelling blends seamlessly with thrilling gameplay, pulling you through breathtaking set pieces and emotional character moments that hit harder because you've grown with these characters over the years. Every chapter feels like a blockbuster film, but with the emotional weight only a game can deliver. By the time the credits roll, Uncharted 4 doesn't just feel like the end of a journey. It feels like saying goodbye to a friend. Silent Hill 2 Remake brings back one of the most haunting and unforgettable stories in gaming, reimagined with modern visuals and atmosphere that make the horror feel more intense than ever. At its core, it's not just about monsters or jump scares. It's about a man named James Sunderland, drawn to the foggy town of Silent Hill after receiving a mysterious letter from his late wife. What unfolds is a psychological journey through guilt, grief, and the darkest corners of the human mind. Every encounter feels symbolic, every shadow and sound carefully placed to pull you deeper into James's unraveling reality. The game balances unsettling horror with quiet, emotional storytelling, reminding players that fear often comes from within. By the end, Silent Hill 2 Remake proves why this story is legendary. It's not just survival horror. It's a tragic exploration of love, loss, and the ghosts we carry with us. Resident Evil Village is a perfect blend of survival horror and dark fairy tale, pulling players into a nightmarish world that feels both terrifying and strangely beautiful. You step into the role of Ethan Winters, a man desperately searching for his kidnapped daughter, only to find himself trapped in a remote European village crawling with horrors. From the towering and unforgettable Lady Dimitrescu to the twisted lords who rule over each corner of the village, every encounter feels like stepping into a different nightmare. What makes the story so gripping is the way it constantly shifts between pure tension, shocking revelations, and emotional moments that keep you invested in Ethan's struggle. The village itself becomes a character, its foggy streets and crumbling castles filled with secrets waiting to be uncovered. By the end, Resident Evil Village delivers not just scares, but a deeply human story about love, sacrifice, and survival against impossible odds. The Last of Us isn't just a story game. It's an emotional journey that redefined how narratives are told in gaming. From the devastating opening sequence, you're pulled into a world broken by a deadly infection, where survival means sacrifice and trust is rare. The heart of the story lies in Joel and Ellie, two characters brought together by chance, but bound by a growing connection that feels deeply human. As they cross ruined cities, face desperate survivors, and fight terrifying infected, their relationship slowly transforms, giving the game its emotional weight. What makes it truly unforgettable are the quiet moments, the conversations by a campfire, the playful jokes, the small glimpses of hope in a world full of despair. By the time the story reaches its shocking and thought-provoking conclusion, you realize this isn't just a tale of survival, but of love, loss, and the impossible choices people make to protect each other. Red Dead Redemption 2 is more than just a Western. It's a sweeping, emotional epic that feels like living through the final days of an era. You play as Arthur Morgan, an outlaw caught between loyalty to his gang and the slow realization that the world around him is changing. What makes the story so powerful is its depth. Every character in the Vanderlinde gang feels alive, with their own dreams, conflicts, and flaws, making the campfire conversations just as meaningful as the big gunfights. The game takes you across breathtaking landscapes, from snowy mountains to swamps and bustling towns, each backdrop adding weight to Arthur's personal journey. It's a story about freedom, survival, and ultimately, redemption. One that asks whether a man defined by violence can truly change. By the time the credits roll, Red Dead Redemption 2 leaves you with a story as unforgettable as any great novel or film.